When banana, the most ridiculous, stupid, what's the word, dim-witted ninny question of all time is when banana. And I've showed you this chart for 2 years, but you don't pay attention. Altcoins are driven by ISM because it's driven by the risk curve, which means when people have more earnings, they go further out the risk curve, and then altcoins go. ISM is going higher. Altcoins, a percentage of Bitcoin total market cap, will go higher. Bitcoin dominance will go lower, and that will be altcoin season.
The crypto market has been stuck in a consolidation phase over the past few weeks, leaving both bulls and bears on edge. Bitcoin remains capped below its recent all-time high, Ethereum continues to underperform, and altcoins are delivering mixed results. While some interpret this sideways movement as a sign of weakness, others, like macro investor Raoul Pal, view it as a classic setup for the next major move.
Global M2, then, now, same. Bitcoin, then, now, same. When banana, same. Keeps showing the banana. We started in the banana in September last year. We've given the phase of the banana, but nobody listens because they want to cherry pick everything on Twitter. It's very frustrating. I'm trying to help everybody. And yes, most tokens will go up, will come into the alt season in a sec. The most copied chart on the planet. This is what you all want to see. This is not updated from today's price action. So basically, we started up ticking. So when you say when banana, it's like, how much more can I help you? We told you here that this was the low. We said here it was going to correct. We said here this was the low. We doubled up everything, all our positions, because it's the same for NASDAQ. We bought call options in Robinhood, Tesla, Coinbase. We added SUI. We added everything. And that was obviously all in Real Vision Pro. If you don't sign up for that, I can't help you. We do give it all to you. But on Twitter, I try and give as much away as possible to help as many people. Here it is. Is this going to be perfect, or is it going to do this, and then this, and then this, and then this? Yes, it'll do the latter. Like it did this, almost perfect, then this wasn't perfect, and then this. Is it going up to the right? Yes. Is it likely to fall apart with a 90% correlation going on? No. So it'll be okay. Will it deviate? Will it fail over time? Yes. Will we give you other things that matter? Yes. This matters the most right now.
This is how you buy and sell crypto the easy way, using eToro, one of the world's leading trading platforms. If you're new to crypto, eToro makes it super simple. Let me show you how I bought Solana in just a few taps. First, head to the search bar and type in Solana. Tap on it, then hit trade. I'm going to invest $10, that's the minimum. Now just hit buy and done. I now own Solana. Selling is just as easy. Go to portfolio, tap your Solana asset, then click close and confirm your sale. Super simple. That's how quick and beginner-friendly eToro is. But here's why I use eToro. Earn up to 4.3% interest on non-invested funds, 0% commission on stocks, and you can set up an account in just minutes if you want to start your crypto journey. Use my link in the description to sign up to eToro today and start trading.
Global M2 year on year versus Bitcoin goes back a long period of time. It's stupid correlated. Global M2's ripping higher. Bitcoin should rip higher. Can't help you more than that. V-shaped recovery in equities continues. We called this. We said, hey, it looks just like 1998. I was at Goldman at 1998. I lived and breathed this thing. It ripped higher forever and went into a huge bubble. We're not saying, oh my God, it's going to be a bubble. What we're saying is correlation's 97%. It's like one of those events that doesn't matter to the stock market that drove the stock market lower. And now we're going to recover. And we should broadly follow this pattern for a while, and then we won't. Okay. And then we won't. But it will follow the M2 pattern, and then we won't. But it will follow global total liquidity ongoing. The debasement of currency is the driver of everything. You've got to understand that. So there we go. People are still short bloody stock markets. I don't get it. Everyone's so cynical. It's like this is the easiest trade in the world. This whole thing, this whole setup from the low has been literally one of the easiest trades in the world. You'll say, oh my God, it's not easy. Can't you see? Because you've chosen the wrong things. It's been an easy trade. Basically, you could have owned Solana and a few tech stocks, which was basically my thesis. You've been fine. Now, not saying I'm infallible. I will up. I still own Church of the Smoking Chicken Fish, and which I still like and haven't sold any of it. And maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right. I don't care. It's a small allocation because I wanted fun and stuff. But overall, people are still cynical about what is going on because they're confusing their own political views, everything else with what the driver is. 97% of the NASDAQ returns are all debasement of currency. 97%. That's the R squared. And yet you can posture all day about all your bullshit and you're wrong. 97% is that. And so then it becomes down to which stock do you choose to best represent that to outperform it. And that's when we use relative charts and stuff like that. Okay. Business conditions starting to grow. Everyone got bearish because of Trump and then come back and it's all okay, which we said it would be. And then blah, 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 more, it's all okay. The Citibank Economic Surprises Index basically follows the dollar because that's where sales ebb and flow. That's the flow of the global economy. And the dollar weakened massively. And hey, what? Economies are going to do better, which is why Scott Bessent wants a weaker dollar. So does Donald Trump. So does everybody, because it works. It drives the global economy because 87% of world trade is in dollars. Okay, ISM. ISM, the business cycle, super important. My whole framework built from the business cycle. I'm now actually more macro, longer term, but it gives you where you are. It's very important. Okay, the ISM has been for an extended period of time below 50, up and down. It's been dragging higher, but it's been slow. It's been slow because the dollar was high and rates have been high. Rates will come lower because Trump will force them lower, and the dollar is already falling fast. I mean, I think the DXY gets to somewhere between 92 and 90. Let's see. But we're starting to see the S&P version of the ISM starting to break higher, and we'll see the ISM come up. Okay, great. So the business cycle goes up. Here's the amalgamation of the two. Business cycle is slowly rising. Why does it matter? Because the business cycle is how you all feel, how your businesses feel. You're driven by the business cycle. Am I creating excess earnings? Am I growing? Most of the economy is not growing. Some parts are growing. GDP is growing from different reasons. But really, the average median business in America, the median person's income ain't changing right now. If you're running a restaurant or a shop or a services business, is it really happening for you right now? No. Is it okay? Just about. But your interest rates are high. So when interest rates come down, what we'll find is economic activity picks up, and then suddenly speculative activity picks up, and that changes the structure of market. It has always been so. The history of markets, I've got ISM and the Treasury survey before that, going back to about 1880, it's always been the same. Market returns are driven by the business cycle. So as the business cycle goes up, market returns go up.
Raoul Pal calls this one of the easiest trades of our lifetime, yet most investors are still missing it. Why? Because fear, politics, and headline noise are drowning out the data. According to Pal, the crypto market quietly entered the early stages of the banana zone back in late 2023. His trusted global M2 model, one of the most accurate liquidity indicators in macro investing, triggered in September. Since then, Bitcoin has followed its path with nearly 90% correlation. Still, many are asking when the banana zone starts. Pal's response is simple: you're already in it. If you didn't see it coming, you likely weren't watching the macro signals. Global M2, a broad measure of worldwide money supply, is accelerating at its fastest rate since the post-COVID reflation boom. This metric typically leads Bitcoin's moves by month. That's why Pal doubled down earlier this year on Bitcoin, Solana, tech stocks, and altcoins. The data supports him. The BNES reports that since October 2023, central banks around the world have injected over $2.3 trillion in net liquidity, led by Japan, China, and parts of Europe. Meanwhile, in the US, financial conditions are easing, the 2-year yield has dropped over 75 basis points, and the dollar is weakening. Pal expects the DXY to fall to 92 or even 90. The result? A macro backdrop primed for rising ISM, improving earnings, and a surge in demand for risk asset.
The thing that also leads it is financial conditions. This is a mixture between the dollar, rates, and commodities. And financial conditions have been going up, which is meaning for us easing. And that means ISM, it leads ISM by 9 months. ISM is going to go higher sharply. Financial conditions, because of the dollar's starting to break down again. That will lead financial conditions to the next leg. Okay, this is interesting stuff because it also drives crypto and tells us how long the cycle is going to last. I'm not going to give away everything here, but we'll talk about some of that. ISM and crypto. Okay, so this confusing chart, you're spinning, getting your head around this. What the hell's going on here? There's a bunch of colors and things going up and down. Basically, here is every time the ISM peaks in purple. Okay, but what's all this shit? This is the ISM in this teal color. So it peaked. What happens to the market? Well, when the ISM peaks, eventually the recovery is when it comes across 50. When it comes across 50, confirmed, that's when markets get big moves. We haven't got there yet. So the big move part, the global business cycle, and there's going to be a bunch of you going, well, it's never going to happen. Trump tariffs. Can't you see there's wars everywhere? It will happen because all of the forward-looking indicators, the financial conditions that actually drive things as opposed to your opinion, which drives nothing at all. Definitely the business cycle will play out. Definitely assets will get affected by it. Definitely your pocket will be affected by it. And it will definitely play out in the end. That's all there is to say. In the end, the rest of it is your issue with time horizon or my issue with time horizon or whatever it is. Everything else is here. It's all in play. It's exactly as it should be. And okay, when banana, the most ridiculous, stupid, what's the word? Dim-witted ninny question of all time is when banana. And I've showed you this chart for 2 years, but you don't pay attention. Altcoins are driven by ISM because it's driven by the risk curve, which means when people have more earnings, they go further out the risk curve and then altcoins go. ISM is going higher. Altcoins, a percentage of Bitcoin total market cap will go higher. Bitcoin dominance will go lower. And that will be altcoin season. All of the people saying there's going to be no altcoin season don't understand. Will there be an altcoin season in your token? No. Well, there might be. You can lower that entire risk by saying, could I own Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana? Will that work? Of course it will work. And then you hear, oh, Ethereum, it's a piece of shit. Morons. I've told you the financial system is going to be built on it. It'll do fine. Will it be the best performing token? I don't know. I don't care. It's okay. Ethereum's amazing. Solana, incredible. Sui, amazing. Don't worry about it. These great layer ones, they'll do fine. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Bitcoin, here's the chart. It's this cup and handle, back down, corrected it. Okay, great. That's the weekly chart. When I get to the daily chart, it's exactly the same pattern, but in short time horizons. So let's go back. This bit, up, test, but down, up, down, blah, blah, blah. Up, down, oh, weird. Okay, it's the same. What happens? Over time, it goes up. Go back to this chart because now you're like, you've forgotten this because you guys are nervous Nellies who don't really understand. You're just like scared you're going to lose money and Raoul's wrong. Oh yeah, that says the same thing. It kind of goes up and then it sideways and then it goes up. There was a chart. There's the up, a little bit of down, a little bit of up. Are we breaking higher today? Probably. Ethereum, great chart. It's an amazing chart. So we've done like 1, 2, 3, 4 top tests here, 2. We probably come up here, pull back, break. That'll be the true kind of la-la season when that happens. And that is coming. Solana, beautiful cup and handle pattern. We've seen these patterns before. Once that breaks, Solana goes to new all-time highs, keeps going higher, whole market goes with it. Excellent. Sui, amazing. These wedges, they come down, they break higher, they come down, ready to break higher. Beautiful chart. Beautiful chart. There's the Sui long-term chart. Great. Come down in the middle of the wedge. Very common pattern. Break higher. All happening. Sui, Solana. For those of you who don't understand these relative charts, this is Sui outperforming Solana over time. Is it underperforming Solana right now, or is it consolidating? It's consolidating. Why? Because it's been in this sideways range. Is this range an interesting pattern? Yes, it's probably a wedge. Julian drew this. I wouldn't use that spike. I'll probably join it here. We're probably closer. And in which case, the probability is that it starts breaking higher against Sui. Why? Because it has a lower free float. It is early in their adoption curve. Nothing bad about Solana. I love Solana. They're amazing. Tolly does an amazing job. The whole community is amazing. Is Sui going to outperform? Probably because it's earlier stage. It's not that complicated. It's no dissing. I'm not insulting your grandmother. Dogecoin, amazing chart. I mean, this thing is amazing. The alt season, corrective, alt season, corrective, alt season. Okay, let's see what happens.
Raoul Pal is clear. If you're still waiting for confirmation, you're missing the point. The signals are already here. Financial conditions, the mix of interest rates, the dollar, and commodity prices are easing fast, and this isn't noise. It's the fuel driving this cycle. Historically, easing financial conditions lead the ISM index by about 9 months, and when the ISM rises above 50, markets typically shift from sideways moves to sharp rallies. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana are already showing the same technical patterns that have preceded major moves since 2013, signaling what's ahead. Solana is poised for new all-time highs once its breakout confirms, while Sway, with its smaller float, offers significant upside potential. Even Dogecoin is quietly preparing for what Pal predicts will be a real altcoin season, driven by actual capital rotation rather than hype or memes. Despite this, skepticism persists every cycle, with many claiming, this time it's different, or that the macro environment is broken. Pal urges investors to focus on the data, specifically the 97% correlation between Bitcoin and global M2 money supply, and not to bet against the business cycle. This market responds to conditions, not opinions, and those conditions suggest we're still early. While the first phase of the banana zone has passed, the biggest leg, where altcoins soar, dominance falls, and patient investors reap rewards, is yet to come. When that phase begins, it won't come with warnings. It will simply happen. So, are you stacking, rotating into alts, or still waiting for the when banana? Because we're in the zone and just getting started. For more Daily Dose Crypto news, check out these 2 awesome videos on your screen. Click now and we will see you on the next video.